Good morning, or Guten Morgens, as they say in Germany. Today we're setting out super early on a motorcycle adventure. My good friend Matthew in green and white there, Hunter, red and black, Ethan's at the back with his light on, and here's Olympic with his Honda CBF 190R. I'm also joining on my trusted Kove 525X. It took us about 1 minute to lose half the group, but near you mind. We reconvened at a public toilet, something which all disconcerting young men do at regular intervals in their lives. We got to cross this open area of the delta, and what a treat. This early in the morning, the sun hangs low over the horizon, and how can I describe this in the most artistic terms? It looked like a low wattage LED light bulb from IKEA hanging in the sky. I think I've really painted a picture there. And there's me, look, playing catch-up after flying the drone. I do enjoy flying the drone and then dropping the hammer to catch up. Brum brum. Anyway, we're in this uninspiring area of town to get some fuel and to enjoy this lady's morning exercise routine. Tank's fully loaded, balls fully adjusted, and we got on our way. Now about half the journey is heading due east on these lacklustre roads. Even we ended up very near the coast and the views weren't exciting or interesting at all. Here we go, look at that. Bit of water there in the background. That's it, you've missed it already. It was so boring that Matthew decided to give up on riding his bike and just threw himself at the floor instead.
Yeah. This one's the deepest one I took, and then this.
Yeah, his new gloves apparently were still in the post. Why he'd not borrowed any, I don't know. We patched him up. Ethan managed to get the most inappropriate plasters / band-aids that he could possibly get his hands on, and I lent him my gloves. Look at this. Teamwork makes the dream work, doesn't it?
Oh wow, this don't even stink.
Maybe it is still wet down there. He'd scuffed up his new jacket and his new trousers, but at least they weren't still in the post. We patched them up as best we could and got on our way.
So useful.
Now the first half of the journey, being so boring that you throw yourself at the tarmac, was worth it in some way because we'd turned the corner. We were now heading in a more northerly direction, which meant we were heading into the hills and eventually the mountains, and we got to pick our way through little valleys like this. But it wasn't long till we were parked at the side of the road again, wondering where Hunter and Matthew had got themselves to. Well, they'd got themselves to the mechanics. Hunter had very simply neglected his bike the entire time he'd owned it. So the dry, rusty chain had jumped off and he'd had to get that sorted. I took to admiring this near-original Suzuki GN125. Mwah, what a beaut. And also Ethan and my more modern bikes, which we were enjoying the reliability of, while Matthew got his bike and seen to somewhat. Anyway, as we got further north, we got into narrower roads that were going up and down a little bit, which was exciting. Ethan found these abandoned ice cream trucks extremely exciting.
Those are really nice, expensive vans.
Nice, expensive vans, but what are they doing there? How did they get there?
Money laundering.
Ethan's always got a theory on these things, and I'm not sure I was with him today. But we carried on and found ourselves on an ever more engaging road up to the fabled Lianhuashan that we looked for. Now you might notice we've managed to order ourselves in engine capacity order. As the road got steeper and twistier, it just worked out that way. I think the larger capacity engines just coped that much better and were that much more comfortable going up the hill. But we all enjoyed the views, and Hunter, look at him, look at this running repair he's made. Oh, he'd be at home on the Paris-Dakar with skills like that. His bike wouldn't, because his bike simply refused to start. Looks like he's going to get on it there. No chance, it just refused to start. So we left it there to have a little word with itself while it cooled down and got over its little tantrum. So Hunter jumped on the back of my bike and we decided to pick his up on the way back down, crossing our fingers that it would actually still work. Which it did. Yeah, lovely little twisty road, a few squeaky bum moments. You're desperately trying not to go over the edge there. And nobody did. We all made it to this temple that sits at just over 900 metres above sea level. It was snack time, and noticed the indentation in my hand there. After wearing my spare gloves, that they were a bit tight, and I was a bit disappointed the lads weren't more empathetic. They all seemed worried about Matthew with his cut-up hands, but they weren't at all bothered with the somewhat slightly uncomfortable ones. Anyway, we had a snack for energy and got on up the trail. Here's an American thumbs up, have a look. There you go. Yeah. Confident, defined. Chinese one? Far more subtle thumbs up. Look at that. If you're thinking, whoa, you guys really are in the jungle, you'd be right. We're going to make it through that jungle on the left to the trail on the right. Hopefully, if we get up high enough, the tree will clear, the shrubbery will get lower, and we'll have some views to reward us. But there was plenty of rewarding stuff on the hike on the way up. Lots of lovely nature to have a look at. And, oh, look at this. That's very exciting. And I'm not just talking about Ethan's buns in his trousers made even tighter by having water bottles in his back pocket. Talking about that little bit of nature you can see there through the bamboo. Can you see it? There's something moving. Let's see if we can get in a bit closer. What is that thing? Ah! It's a silver pheasant. The female of the species, the hen, is a rather lacklustre affair, but what a magnificent cock. The male really is something to behold. Ah, here we are, look, the trees have gone, the bamboo's getting shorter, and we've got out onto a more open section. I was looking forward to some views, but some very strange things started to happen. Ethan demanded that everyone take their shirts off, and he started talking an awful lot about fisting. I thought it best that I let those guys go ahead while I take a break to fly the drone. And they did indeed go ahead up this path. Very interesting. And sometimes I talk about how I like to take a break to fly the drone because you get to catch up. Well, on a motorbike, that's good fun. But on this path, that just led to a lot of heavy breathing. But yeah, the views were worth it. Nice weather on that day, and it was pretty steep, so you've got to be in half reasonable condition to get up there. We stopped for a little drink and to survey the path ahead, which rose steeply to the peak of the mountain. Now, the whole day we've spent enjoying sights of nature like that pheasant, or the clouds peeling off the mountain range here. So we were somewhat surprised to see that when you got to the top, there was a perfectly rectangular, perfectly level, man-made platform. Seemed awfully strange to me. We didn't quite know what to make of that. And I think Ethan made a good decision. He just strolled straight over it and found a spot for some nice photo opportunities elsewhere. So that's what we did. Now, with all the shenanigans this morning, it had taken us over 4 hours to get to that temple, so we realised we didn't have a lot of daylight to play with. So a couple of photos and a quick chat, and we realised there wasn't much else to do but get on down the mountain. On the way home, we found the roughest, sketchiest hole-in-the-wall noodle place you could possibly imagine, because that's how Ethan likes to roll. We also wondered what the hell these guys were up to. And we were happy with a day well spent. If you haven't been out on a motorcycle adventure recently, well, perhaps you should.